What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody, and welcome to the What's Up Falcons podcast. Yes, we're back. I know it's been a while. I know you've missed us, but hey, we had to come back now. Shit's gone crazy, y'all. We got to talk about it. Aries is upset, y'all. I'm upset. We got to talk about this madness, man. What the hell's going on? But right now, we have Aries Falcon in the house. What's going on, Aries?
AKA Free Ritter.
Free Ritter is right. And hopefully Q and Hoop will join in a little later. But we want to thank everybody for checking us out. I know it's been a minute since we put out a video. You know, life, things happen, blase, blase. But hey, we're back. And what a better time to come back at the bye. You know what I mean? So we can give you guys our thoughts on what's been happening, man, with this team, man. It's just like, you know, oh, man, it never stops, man. It never gets old, I guess. You know, there's a lot to talk about. And definitely check us out, you know, on Twitter. Don't forget to check us out at Twitter at What's Up Falcon on Twitter. And also you can definitely check us out at sportsdrink.com, I think, is it? No, yeah, sportsdrink.com. And every place you get your podcasts from. So like I said, man, I'm here with my main man, Aries Falcon. And we were talking a little bit before we started the show, man. And we're just trying to figure out what the hell's, well, we know what's going on. So we're going to talk about it. And we'd like to get you guys' input on it. You know, we have the chat happening. So if anybody sees that we're live, throw us a question. We'll love it. And I think tonight, Aries, we're going to just do like, I want to do like a Twitter discussion as far as this. We'll get a few questions off Twitter and talk about it, man. And then, you know, make it more of a open forum type thing, you know, instead of having, you know, different topics.
Okay.
But what's going on, Aries? Have we been talking a while, man? You okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. You know, just trying to hang in there. You know what I'm saying? Work is work, you know, so.
Right. Is you keeping Falcons Nation alive over there on the West Coast?
Oh yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah, it was this bar down the street I go to. It's closed down now, but when you know I was going there to watch the games,
right,
and I actually ran into you know, seeing another Falcon fan. So
for real, cool.
Yeah, so it was just me and him, and just hanging out. It was pretty cool.
That's cool, man. At least, you know, y'all can bond and shit, man, and, you know, talk about, you know, this damn team, man, because it sucks not being able to talk about it with, you know, with other Falcons fans in person, you know. But, you know, that's why we're back, man. That's why we're here, man. And like I said, it's me and Aries tonight. Maybe Q, maybe Hoop will join in. Keeping it sexy, you know, it's keeping it sexy. So,
keeping it sexy somewhere else, I see.
So before we go to the Twitter questions, Aries, since, you know, I talked to you on Twitter and you had a lot of stuff to get off your chest. So I want to open it up and give the floor to you as far as your thoughts, since we haven't had a show in a while, your thoughts on the team up to this bye.
My team up to this bye is defense is doing well. Everything else is complete and utter trash. I don't like the quarterback play. They can really they're on my nerves right now. Like, seriously.
Yeah. They're getting on everybody's nerves.
The quarterback play is ridiculous. Some of the play calls, it's scratch your head. You know, what in the hell were you thinking?
Right.
Type ish. So yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I mean, you know, man, I don't get it either, man. I mean, okay, let's talk about real quick, man, the good thoughts. I mean, what have you seen that has impressed you so far with the team so far?
The overall running game. I mean, it was the number 2 in rushes attempts, I think. So right. I don't know about the yards, but it was number 2 in rush attempts. Algier has surprised me. I mean, I saw what he was doing in preseason, so you know what I'm saying. I'm glad it carried over. So he's been doing really well with that.
Right.
Huntley, and now that we have CP back,
Yeah.
it's going to look a whole lot better.
Oh yeah. Now has it has that really blown your mind that we've actually successfully have a running game, a legitimate run game? We've gone plenty of years without having us. The last time we had one was Michael Turner. So are you confident in what they have right now as their run game? For their run game?
Yeah, I mean they're good for what they have. They're working with what they have now.
Right.
Could we use a premier back? Of course.
Right.
But right now it's looking good. So I can't complain.
And what kind of alien is Cordell Patterson, man?
The man is a beast.
Yeah.
I'm glad they brought him back for another year. Hopefully they bring him back again. But I mean, the man is a straight up dog. Like he get out there and I mean, you saw, I think it was that Charger game, running people over.
He is a 30-something-year-old man. Is he 30?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. I mean, he's got 2 spears from Good Morning Football. You know what I'm saying? He got 2 of them things.
Right.
So, he out there doing he out there doing the duty. So, yeah, I'm grateful we have him now. It sucks that, we lost Pitts.
Right.
I think Pitts would have came in real handy during that Pittsburgh game.
Right. I mean, no, I feel you, man. And just to go back to Cordell Patterson, shouting out to Cordell Patterson for being the old dude that's running over these young motherfuckers because they can't stop him. He'll just run over anybody. So I gotta give a big shout out for that dude being in that type of shape, because the game has changed. These younger guys, these young Thundercats coming in here, man, they're stronger and faster, but they still are having trouble with this old man. So, you got to take your head off.
That old man can still run, because
exactly.
I mean,
run through them.
The way he turns on the burners when he gets out in the open, it's just ridiculous.
It is, man. It is. And Huntley is right there behind him, man. I mean, I wish Huntley, they would give him more carries than what they're doing, man. Because
Huntley can be a dog too, because he's got the size to run people over. So, but I look at Huntley as that one cut and go.
Right.
Algier is the one to make a couple people miss. You know what I'm saying? Do a little spin and then he's gone. But Huntley is that one cut and go kind of back. I like those kind of backs.
Right.
So
yeah, Huntley.
My favorite back that we've had is TJ Duckett.
Okay, right.
So that was my guy. He just he was a bulldozer. So
yeah, it's good that we were able to get back to that, man. I swear. And we got after as far as the newer regime, we had Michael Turner, of course, the bowling ball that was running over everybody, and then we had Freeman in here. He was good for a couple seasons. But it's glad that we can pick that up, again.
Yeah, I mean that was our best. Well, as of yet, our best 1-2 punch was Freeman and Coleman.
Yeah, exactly. And what are you thinking about our wide receiving issue right now?
Our wide receivers are solid. We just don't have nobody to throw them the ball.
Right.
I like OZ.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Me being an SC boy, I love Drake.
Right.
I love Drake. Drake is a monster. Like, if we had a quarterback, he would be offensive rookie of the year. No doubt about it.
Right. I agree with you. Drake has proven he's passed the sniff test. He is legit. I think we're good with him being our wide receiver number 1.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt.
I told y'all from the jump. Drake was going to be the man.
You did. Totally. And he's definitely held up to it 100%, man. The other 2 guys, they'll get there, but I definitely think they should draft maybe another one to help him to take some of the pressure off of Drake a little more.
I mean, you got OZ. You got OZ out there, and he's got some wheels. Bird, I'm not too sure about. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's fast, he can catch, he's quick, but he's short, and that goes back to that it was a Rams game,
Right. Yeah.
Had he thrown it to one of the 6-footers, instead of instead of somebody who's 5'9", then that's a touchdown. And on top of that, Drake was wide open on the right side.
Right.
So had he thrown it over there, that's a touchdown. We win that game. But that's neither here nor there. It's in the past.
Yeah, we're drilling down to the to the 0.0 of what's going on with this team.
But I mean, right now, problem number one is QB1.
Yeah, totally that. All right, let me ask you about this, Aries. Well, what's your impressions of Dean Pease's defense so far?
It's gotten better. It's working its way through. I can see there's a lot he wants to do.
Yeah.
But he don't have the personnel for it. Mm-hmm. So if they keep him around, if he decides to stay another year and they're able to pick up the free agents,
right,
and people that they want, then I don't know, that defense could be something like really good.
I'm with you, man. I've seen on Twitter a lot of people are hating on Dean Pease, talking about he won't be here in another year or so. I'm with you on that, man. I think for what he's done and from what he has to work with, I think it's definitely an improvement. I think Grady definitely has some help here. I think it will just get better as it goes on, but he's limited to the talent that he has,
Oh yeah, exactly. Because the defense has made some good stops. They've held a lot of these top offenses. Right. So I mean, it's coming around. I just think you need a couple more pieces on that line, a DB, and some one or two good linebackers. Now, hopefully, with the money that we have in free agency, they'll make those moves. Because the Falcons has always been shy to pull the trigger on free agents.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't want them to overpay these free agents. So,
well, my one, I don't know if it falls on Dean Pease because he's the defensive coordinator. But my one criticism is, and it showed itself again in this last game, is the missed tackles. Man, I don't think that should be an issue. On that. Yeah, at this point of the season, that shouldn't be an issue, and it's an issue. So I don't know. I think he can clean that up, but that's I'm telling you, I was telling my boys watching this game. I mean, the SC game was Saturday. I'm saying, against Utah, and then we had the Falcons game on Sunday. And I'm telling my boys on Twitter, I'm like, man, the Falcons out here tackling like that, just like that USC out here, dog. Because it was horrible. Yeah,
the tackling was horrible for me on Saturday and Sunday. So
yeah, and for Pease being who he is, it's just like, what's going on, man? Did y'all not know you had a game?
Right. I mean, did they think that this was two-hand touch?
Exactly. It's like, come on, Dean. No, you're experienced, man.
Like, wrap up. And I saw a lot of the problem was that they were going for the ball instead of wrapping up.
Right. Exactly. Interesting. And all right, let's talk about just the offense in general. Well, let's start with the offensive line. How do you think they've been so far up into the bye right now?
Offensive line, it's been decent. They need work, but Lindstrom has been A1.
Right.
Lindstrom has been balling his butt off. I mean, he's been good. I mean, we can use another, another guard and center, but other than that, I think Lindstrom has been the key point in that offensive line.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, Caleb, it's kind of been missing in action, but Caleb McGarry, but definitely Lindstrom. And it's interesting, man. When I was watching the game Sunday, they showed that stat that the Falcons have been the least penalized team as far as having penalties this season. And as soon as he said that, Jake Matthews, who we thought was solid, had 2 costly penalties. But I'm not worried about Jake. Jake's been here for a long time. I'm not worried about him. I think that's just something that just happened because
yeah, Jake's been here for a while, but it's been here for a little too long. So I mean, him being replaced is on the horizon.
Yeah, I give him probably another season before they replace him. But overall, is it that the line has gotten better, or is it that Mariota had wheels? He can get out of the way instead of stay in the pocket like Matt and take a hit.
I'm just not happy with Mariota. Every time he's on the field, it's just it hurts my soul to see him put on a helmet and run onto that field every week.
Yeah. I mean, I want to like Mariota, man. I wanted to like him.
Not anymore. I don't like him.
I mean, I personally, I don't. I like him, but I don't think he needs to be our quarterback anymore. Definitely.
No. I mean, the dude just went to the Rams. He came from Cleveland to Carolina. What's his name?
From Carolina as quarterback. Mayfield.
Mayfield just
Baker Mayfield? Yeah,
signed with the Rams. So yeah. I mean, at this point, I would take him. I would take Baker Mayfield over Marcus Mariota. I would take Rush, the backup quarterback in Dallas, over Marcus Mariota.
Would you take Taysom Hill?
I would take Taysom Hill over Marcus Mariota. I would take Crab Legs over Marcus Mariota. Rock, I would even take you over Marcus Mariota.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
You're talking about Crab Legs.
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
But pain everywhere. Pain. Watching that game was just pain everywhere, man.
It's pain, man. Pain everywhere. That sums up this especially this last game. But I wouldn't take Baker over. I'd rather deal with what we have with Ritter and Marcus over Baker Mayfield.
And the cool thing about it is during that game against Pittsburgh, I'm sitting there and I'm texting my boy. I'm like, all right, now I would trust in Matt in making that drive going for the touchdown. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I finished sending that text, I said I would take Matt Ryan over Marcus Mariota trying to go down the field and make this drive. As soon as I hit send, he throws a pick.
Yep. Yeah.
I said, "Oh Lord."
Yeah.
Help us.
Yeah, man. This is and you saw it coming.
Yeah.
For us being in that position in the first place, it's like, we can call it bad clock management.
That's bad quarterback play. Point blank period.
Yeah, but did you really think Marcus was going to throw like a 90-yard bomb to get us down the field in like less than a minute?
I think we had like a minute 12 or something like that.
No, it was under a minute. I thought.
Well, it was under. I thought it was just a little bit over a minute, but I could be wrong. But it was just they could have made something happen, but instead it's just a pick.
Yeah.
Like and like it seems like Bird is his choice wide out to go to.
Right.
When you got Drake there 6'4", you got Amadeus Zaccheaus 6 feet 6'2".
Yeah.
It's just.
And that's another thing, man. It just seems like our coach has an issue utilizing his weapons. I mean, we saw the whole thing with Kyle Pitts, and when he finally decides to use Kyle Pitts, Kyle gets injured and is out for the rest of the damn season. But it's like, why are you waiting when everyone else sees that, dude, you have this person. Why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? It's not just, it is armchair coaching, but Yeah, but the coach can do so much. It's about Marcus knowing how to read the defense
using his eyes to pull safeties out, you know what I'm saying, out of zones so he can throw it to the open receiver. It's just Marcus Mariota bad decision making. Like I said before, from the time he threw that ball off his ass, he needed to be on his ass on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you with that, but we knew that coming in when it was announced.
Well, I mean, like I said, when we first announced that, you know what I'm saying, he signed Marcus Mariota, he's coming into play, I had hope. I'm like, okay, maybe he's learned enough sitting behind, people like David Carr and what I'm saying, being benched. But now it's just like he needs to be out of the league. He needs to be gone. Like once he gets cut from here, I don't want to see him ever again.
That's a little harsh.
It makes me hate Oregon players that much more.
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
All right, but I don't think he's that bad, man. I think he's a solid backup guy situation.
No, he's not.
Dude, he won us some games now. I mean, well, he didn't. We won in spite of him.
The defense won us some games. You seen that pass he overthrew Pitts like a couple weeks ago? He overthrew Pitts by 10 yards.
How
do you overthrow a 6'6" tight end?
But I guess I was just impressed with his ability to run and extend.
That's all he got. That's all he got.
But it helped us, man. It helped us in situations to get the thing going.
But if he knew how to throw the ball, he helped us even more.
I know. I totally agree with that. If he could throw the ball, man, he would be a dangerous quarterback. He would be. Like
I said, I'm ready for Ritter. I'm done with Marcus. I want to see what we have in this young man on the bench. I want to see what we have in Ritter. And I think the way and they've praised Ritter so much about knowing the game, and he's learning the game a lot faster than normal rookies his age and blah blah blah. I just want to see him on the field and see how he does.
Right.
Give him some time to because now it's do or die. I mean, either you're going to tank for the draft picks or make a push to make the playoffs.
I mean, I think, like you said, if he was going to do this, he should have did it about 4 games ago, or at least after the
I'm gonna say 5, 6. I'm gonna say like 5 or 6 games ago, like seriously.
But at this point, I'm not really excited about any kind of push that we're going to possibly could do with Ritter.
I'm already focused on the offseason.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to free agency.
Yeah. But we needed to see what Ritter could do. And he should have had him in there by now just to see. It's not like, he could have him in a few snaps and then pull him and put Marcus back in, but he didn't do that at all.
Well, I mean, during game, I don't agree with that completely, because once you put a player in and you pull them out, you damage their ego, their self. You know what I'm saying? It's just it goes down once they're in and they're out. Now, if it was part of a scheme to where he understood that he'll be coming in 5, 6 plays and then come out and then come back in for another 3 or 4 plays, then fine. But if you put him in, he does bad, you pull him out. So now you're fucking with his confidence.
I mean, you can look at it like that, but I was thinking more since he knows, he's still the rookie, and he knows that,
there's a veteran ahead of coming there thinking they know it all, and they just got what it takes to go far. Now you put a player like that in who has that confidence, because I've seen Ritter in preseason. He has that confidence to where I got this, I can handle it. But you put him in, it don't go out, don't go well, and then you pull him out. It kind of fucks up the chemistry to the whole offense as well.
I agree with that if you're just putting him in just to put him in. But if you're putting him in, I mean, the reason that he would have put him in anyway is because Marcus is screwing up.
So, I mean, if that was the case, he should have did it a long time ago.
No, that's true.
But I give it to him. If he makes the switch now and say, okay, Ritter is the guy from here to the end of the season, no matter what, then fine.
Yeah,
but you have to give this young man a chance to see what you have in him. If not, you can use him as trade capital.
Yeah, I think we're there now.
Oh yeah, we've been there. We were there like 2-3 weeks ago.
No, but I think it's official now. I mean, they hadn't come out, but I think it's official.
It's got to be absolute because everybody saw the horrible play.
Yeah, and
Like
what a better time to do it now.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean it's yeah,
he has about 2 weeks to get prepared.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let him run. Let him run with the ones.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I know Arthur didn't want to do it, man. He was trying to ride or die with
Marcus forced his hand, and good riddance. And I hope that was the last time we will see Marcus on that field.
But
wearing the Falcons jersey.
But there's still no guarantees with Ritter. I mean, something can happen with Ritter, and we had to put Marcus back in.
Ritter, God forbid, knock on wood, if Ritter gets hurt or something.
Right.
But other than that, I don't want to see Marcus Mariota back out there anymore. It's just no.
Yeah, I think the majority of the fan base feels the exact same way. So come on, Ritter, man. This is your time. Hey, you're up, man. So, and you've seen the spotlight. You've seen the fan base. Bring it.
Man, please. Like, it's just, I'm so over Marcus. Like, I'm telling you, I'm screaming at the TV. Like, I went horse one weekend.
Yeah.
Like, Mark, what are you doing? Like, it's just like, what are you doing? I don't get it.
Yeah. You know what his answer would be? He's like, hey, I am what I am, baby. You knew that.
Well, if you are what you are, then you need to be a bench warmer. That's what you are.
He's like, hey, I'll be that. Just keep them checks coming. So I heard though, if we cut him, that we have to pay him about what was that? I heard it. They were talking about it. It's a lot of money if we cut him. I think we have to pay him around the range of 14 if we cut him, something like that.
Well, he only signed a 2-year deal.
No. You're right. No, if we cut him, it's $2 million. But if we don't cut him and keep him, it was something that is a lot more than that. So
yeah, I think he signed a 2-year deal, so he can sit there last year off. Right. That next year of him on the damn bench.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's what the plan is,
Because either they get a quarterback through free agency, which I don't see anybody. I mean, other than Jimmy Garoppolo,
yeah,
I don't see any other quarterback going to free agency that's going to want to come to Atlanta.
Right. Well,
and then somebody who's well known and can play well. So,
right. So you think they'll pick in the draft, though? What do you think in the draft? Do you think they'll look for something else?
And that's hard to say right now because I think they do want to take a look at Ritter and
right.
see what they have with him.
Oh yeah, of course.
But I think the main concern in the draft should be pass rush.
Yeah, that's another issue. Why we still haven't gotten that?
It's all about the personnel. It's the personnel. The plays are there. They're getting to the quarterback. They have the hurries and what I'm saying, that pushing the guy out the pocket. But right. It's just Grady needs help. I've been watching these last few games and Grady is double teamed on almost every play.
Yeah, he is. He totally is, man, and he definitely needs more help than what he's getting. But
the young guy, I like him.
Who's that? I forgot.
Asamoah or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
I like him. He has what it takes to become a good pass rusher, and with Grady helping him along, I think that'd be perfect. We need a deeper linebacker core.
Yeah.
Oliver, I don't know.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Oliver. He's come along. He's gotten better.
He's injury prone, man. He's becoming injury prone.
Yeah, he's gotten better. They need another slot corner.
They need to give someone to work with AJ.
Hayward, I don't like Hayward. Yeah. We need another slot corner.
Yeah,
and
because AJ is a beast.
AJ's a B. AJ's hands down is probably one of the best corners in the league. He's one. I know he's one of the most underrated corners in the game.
I would get his jersey.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get AJ. I'm going this year. I'm going AJ Drake.
Right.
Because I always get one offense, one defense.
Right.
And then I probably later on in the year, I'm going Pitts and Grady.
Let's talk about Pitts for a minute, man. All right. I mean, I know it's Marcus and his decision making with Smith, but Pitts, he hasn't been, overwhelming so far, but that could be just because he hadn't been targeted as much.
That's exactly what it is.
So, but they did start targeting him, and he got injured. But I don't know. I'm just feeling like I don't know, man. I'm not saying that he's not a great player. When he's out there, he's a monster. But I don't know, man. I'm getting a little worried as far as going forward, because even up to that point before he got injured, I thought he would be having more of an impact, and I know it's up to Marcus to get him the ball. I'm not writing him off.
I mean, you got to look at it last year when we had Matt.
Yeah,
Matt. He had the second most yards as a rookie tight end since Mike Ditka.
Yeah.
Like he almost passed Mike Ditka for the most yards as a rookie tight end. So the ability is there. It's the quarterback play that's limited him this season.
Okay.
And you've seen the growth. Like you've seen where he was last year, and now you got a quarterback who can't hit the broadside of a barn door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
hit water if he was in a goddamn boat and fell out.
He couldn't hit the ground with a rock if he threw it in the air. Like seriously.
Yeah. It's
Just
So I don't question the wide receivers. I don't question the tight end, because we've seen what they can do. Now, even with Drake having to deal with Marcus, you've seen what Drake can do in that short amount of time. So we get a decent sized quarterback. Our receiving core is there.
Right.
That's without a doubt. I mean, the receiving core is there. Drake, Pitts, OZ, and Bird, which like I said, I'm still iffy on Bird, but
I hear you. I mean, I'm still for maybe drafting another wide receiver in the draft if one pops up. I'm not against that. But
if you're gonna go wide receiver, then you want to get the best wide receiver. So which means that it has to be a first round pick.
Not necessarily. No, I mean, we're good with Drake as our number one.
Good. I mean, you can probably pick up a decent third, fourth rounder.
Right.
But my main concern is I want a premier number one pass rushing defensive end.
Yeah.
I need to see a Von Miller, a Jamar Chase. It was Micah Parsons on this team.
Yeah,
I need somebody like that on this team, because with that and Grady Jarrett, then a good linebacker, a DN, D tackle, and a linebacker, then you have a solid defense, because you have AJ on the corner. You put AJ on your best wideout, and you have a solid defense just like that.
Eric, you sound like you want some of them Georgia boys out there, man. They're grabbing up quarterbacks like they're babies and throwing up the number one sign.
I don't know about that.
Well,
I don't know about that.
Did you see the last game?
I saw the LSU game. I saw the LSU game, but
like he's a damn baby.
But LSU, we all know LSU is garbage, just like their protein. So
Hey man, Georgia's starting. The recruiting is surpassing Alabama.
You heard Deion going to Colorado, boy.
Yeah, we'll see.
Deion went to Colorado, so I'm saying it's going to be major recruiting. Come out that Pac-12.
You think Deion can?
Deion is going to snatch some major recruits from the SEC. I guarantee it.
Really? All right, y'all heard this.
He's going to snatch some recruits out the SEC. A lot of people because you got kids now who committed to Jackson are going to Colorado just to play for to play for Coach Prime. So
but
if he can build, Colorado won 2-3 games this season,
right?
So it's what he's going to be able to do with that team this year. If the team wins 5 or more games, be prepared to a lot of these recruits that have planned to go to the SEC now start going to the Pac-12.
Oh, that's a big order there, man. That's a big prediction there, man. But we'll see.
You saw what he did with Jackson.
Okay.
In just 2 years.
Right. But I mean, this is the SEC, man.
I know. He took Jackson, a small school, and made them a contender in the HBC leagues. Like they're one of those teams that it's like, okay, if you wanted to play ball and you want to go to a black college, then you went to Jackson.
Right.
So
I hear you, man. I hear you. And
so now he's going to a bigger school,
right?
That gets the media attention. So if he can transform that team in a year or two, a lot of players are going to want to go to the Pac-12.
We'll see, man. I mean, I hear you.
Now, don't get me wrong. Alabama, LSU, Clemson, they'll still get their boys. Georgia, they'll still get their boys. But a lot of them are going to switch up.
I mean, well, number one, there are a lot of talented kids out here in high school and all that, and they all can't go to the SEC. So it's going to be up to Dion to be able to get some there that can,
because I mean, let's be real. The main goal, if you're playing ball in college, is to go pro. If you're serious about it,
right,
you want to go pro. And it trips me out because a lot of these players don't know Prime for being prime time. They just know him as the coach or the guy from ESPN, or in the NFL channel. So they don't really know what Dion can do for you.
That's the thing. And these young kids, man, they're all about now, and that's all they're seeing is Georgia, Alabama, SEC. That's all they're seeing. They were like, that's where I want to go.
Jackson went undefeated. Don't forget that. Jackson went undefeated.
All right.
They won their game against Grambling, and they destroyed Grambling.
I hear that. I mean,
and that's all because of Coach Prime. They weren't doing that before.
No, I'm not taking Dion's ability to turn it around like that. I'm just thinking, can he convince people who all their life have been, because dude, down here in the South, this shit's real when it comes to college football. It's like inbred. Look, tonight we may have a fucking SEC football player in the Senate who shouldn't be there, and it's so close because he went to Georgia many years ago.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell they're doing if they elect Herschel. Okay. I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not even gonna go there.
I'm with you on that though. Just to put that
out. I mean, that's just no.
It's embarrassing.
It is. But I'm saying as far as the recruiting goes, he's going to be able to recruit a lot of good players, and a lot of those players would have probably went to Alabama, LSU, Auburn, Georgia, Clemson, so the whole SEC. There's a lot of players who would have went there,
right?
But because he took a lot of players that were going to Alabama and Georgia, and they switched up and came to Jackson.
Right.
So now that he's in Colorado, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to switch up. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to Jackson no more. I'm going to Colorado.
Well, I'll put it like this. I'll give Dion his lineage, whatever, his reputation, his past, his expertise, his celebrity, his skills. to go to Colorado. I saw the tape, what he was telling those kids, and that was definitely a good start. I think it's going to be a while before they become a real contender, but I do think that it will definitely be a positive thing, especially for the West Coast to have him there. You know?
I give him this season, and then the season after that, watch out.
So you're just going to give him one season, and he's going to be on.
I think because I think right now he's bringing over, like he said in the video, he's bringing a lot of people with him, a lot of players. So, and he told him, like, if you want your starting spot,
right,
jump in the portal.
Yeah, that's been making
jump in the portal, because he's bringing some players that's going to lock down their position.
But it's still Deion Sanders, man. It's still prime time, man. He likes to, he's a showman, is what I'm saying.
I understand, but he showed you what he can do with Jackson.
I mean, I'm not knocking that.
But I know, but it's not like saying like he's never coached before and now he's going to start coaching.
But even what he did with Jackson, they still weren't contenders to go against LSU, Clemson.
Because of that division they're in, because it's the HSBCT. But now that he's coming to the Pac-12, so now you're going to see him going up against Stanford, Oregon, SC. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna try to make his point.
Oregon alone. Do you think he can go up, take Colorado to stand up against Oregon?
Not in this 1 year, but I give him like. Not this coming, like next football season, 2024 season.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to be a team that you're going to have to deal with, because and then in those 2 years, a lot of the players from the Pac-12 have already gone pro. You know what I'm saying? So we have our recruiting that has to keep up. But
right.
I think he's going to attract a lot of talent being at a bigger school now.
Okay, all right. I mean, totally. He's definitely, just like you said earlier, being who he is. He's definitely going to attract some talent. But
I mean, you keep saying who he is like it's just his name. His
ability is as well. I'm just saying
his ability to coach. He's proven that he can coach.
But like you said earlier, though, a lot of those kids don't know who the hell he is, even as a coach.
I know. I'm saying as far as him being a football player, as far as being a football player, a lot of those kids don't know who Primetime really is,
right.
and so that they just see him as the guy on TV. They
right.
see him as the guy from CBS and the NFL Network and shit. But as far as a coach, he's
right.
proven he can coach, because he took Jackson from a nobody to an undefeated team. So
right.
he's proven that. And the fact that now he's going to Colorado just gives him a bigger stage to do it on, because Colorado games are now televised.
Well, we got Q in the house, everybody. Q just popped in. What's up, Q?
What's up, man? Fellas?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Hey, man. So we're just talking.
Hey, y'all talking a little Deion talk.
Yeah, man. You want to jump in on it a little bit?
Well, I was personally hoping that Deion would go to Georgia Tech, but somebody pointed out to me he needed to go to a college where there were no expectations, like Colorado, where he could just build it up from the ground up. Whereas if he went to Georgia Tech would be like, well, we should beat Georgia next year. So.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm saying. He's gonna take that, because Colorado won 2 games this season. I think 2 to 3 games. So it's not very much expectation that he's going to do with that team. But I think if he can take him to a 5-6 win team, then they're going to be something to look at, because then they're just going to get a whole lot better after that.
Yeah, I mean, dude only lost 5 games in 3 years. I mean, that's pretty damn impressive for a first-year head coach.
Yeah. And so and I mean, like you said in the video, like in Colorado, they have a better facility. They have a better weight room area, and the attendance in the schools and classrooms, it's just better. You know what I'm saying? And being up in Colorado, like you said, it's a nice neighborhood. You don't have to worry about getting shot in Colorado.
They don't shoot him in Colorado.
Yeah, they shoot him. They shoot him in Colorado. I remember that.
Yeah,
first
but
Batman movie.
it's not like down in Jackson.
That's true.
It's not down in Jackson, Mississippi.
Hold on now.
None of that.
Hold on. You're talking about keeping it sexy, neck of the woods, man. That's where keeping it sexy is from, Jackson.
Hey, I'm surprised he made it out of there.
He left in the 80s, so it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, so I mean, you know what I'm saying. So that's what he's talking like. You got kids who don't have to worry about certain things being in Colorado, and they can focus on football. Just like he said,
right.
If you don't want this,
right,
jump in the portal, because I'm going to find somebody to replace you. He's gonna try to take that team to be one of the top teams in the Pac-12.
Indeed. So Q, before we were talking about Dion and college stuff, man, Aries, we're just talking about where the team is right now with the bye. It's Ritter time. What's your thoughts on so far, man? What's going on with this team? I'm pretty sure it's Ritter time, right?
Yeah, man, it's Ritter time. It's been Ritter time for at least the past couple of weeks.
It's been Ritter time for the last month. Let's be real.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I bought into the whole Mariota thing. Let's see what happens. And now we're getting towards the end of the season. I mean, what do we got? Like 6 or 7 games up? I mean, we're getting towards the end of the season.
I mean, and the playoffs is still in sight. They just have to win. They have to win out.
Yeah. I mean, you win this division, you go to the playoffs. I don't know about a wild card, but you definitely, win this division, which is, Tampa Bay, I believe, after last night's win, is only 2 games ahead of you. So, I mean, you still got plenty of time. And Tampa Bay still has a really tough schedule ahead of them. They showed on ESPN. So, it's a lot easier
like
for
I
us.
Said, our last game is against Tampa Bay, and that game is going to be for the division.
It could come down to that. I definitely agree. But we got to handle our business. We got to see what Ritter can do.
Right.
Hopefully he can play. Hopefully, he's been sitting there getting mentored by Marcus Mariota. So hopefully he's picked up.
I don't think he's getting mentored by Marcus.
You learn by, huh? What do you say?
I don't think he's getting mentored by Marcus.
Well, I hope not, but
I mean, he's watching Marcus and he's learning what not to do.
That's what I was about to say. I'm hoping he's learning from his mistakes.
Right.
And I hope he can play. I say give him a shot now while we got enough time to see. I mean, what do we got? 5 or 6, 7 games left. That's enough time to see what he can do.
Right.
If he's going to get benched, he's going to get benched. Before the end of the year, I mean, the Falcons are still trying to win this division. So if he comes in and he lays a goose egg, he's only going to get like maybe 3 chances. So let's see what he can do. And if he can play, and that's great. And if he can't play, then let us know that he can't play so that we can go into the draft and find somebody that can play, like a Bryce Young or somebody who knows, but
that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm let him ride this season out. Just put him in just to see what you have in the guy, just to see what you have in the kid. And then if he's not it, then you look towards the draft or free agency.
And I think this team is only a quarterback away from winning more games. I mean, look at how many games Mariota blew.
Yeah.
I mean, you take away those games that he just blew. Take away early in the season the 2 games where he fumbled snaps on crucial drives.
Right.
I mean, we could be a team right now with 3 more wins and leading the division right now. So, and it all falls back on Mariota. He's done a sub. He hasn't done a really good job at all, and I think it's just trying to go in another direction, see what we got.
He's a dumpster fire. Let's just be real. He's a dumpster fire.
He's a dumpster fire. But
I had faith in this dude because somebody on the podcast said, "Oh, he's learning from David
Look,
Carr."
I know, I try to give a man the benefit of the doubt. I did.
Okay, I'm just making sure you remember that.
I try to give a man the benefit of the doubt. I'm like, look, maybe he's learned something because you were so quick to dog him, and I want to give him his chance. So I held on and to believe that he was a better person, a better quarterback, and he proved me wrong. So there you go.
And you see what happened, Aries? It
Yeah,
was
just pain. It was pain everywhere.
Yeah, man.
exactly.
That dude ain't starting anywhere either right now.
No,
I
he
know.
lost his job to Andy Dalton.
Yeah. Andy damn Dalton. So
He lost his job to the Red Rider. Red Rider be begun.
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, man. That's so yeah. I mean, it's definitely it's time for Ritter time. Let me ask you guys this, man. If we say I don't think we all had a lot of hopes of making it to the playoffs, but as the games went on earlier, it looked like okay, we may actually have a chance.
No, we definitely still have a chance. Yeah,
but I mean, it's not guaranteed. But I mean, it depends if he makes the switch. We're not going to know, and well, I'm sure they already know, but we're probably not going to know until Monday.
Man, that man better not stop being stupid.
That was my question. If we don't make it, is it Arthur Smith's fault?
Yes.
No.
If he does not play Ritter, if he
Mhm.
does not give Ritter a chance to see what he has, and he brings Marcus, Mariota back on that field, it is Arthur Smith's fault.
Why do you say no?
I heard the opposite. I heard the absolute opposite
Mhm.
on 92.9 The Game and a couple other stations I listen to. And right now they're saying we can go ahead and go with Mariota for the rest of the year, but Arthur Smith has proven enough to where he's actually up for a contract extension. To tell you the truth, I don't agree with that. I'm just regenerating something that I heard, but it doesn't surprise me. I mean,
they're idiots.
Arthur is up for a contract renewal, is what you said, Q?
They're saying that he could be extended.
They're saying he should be.
A lot of people were saying that he should be fired, but they were
I
saying in
don't think
reality he should be extended and given more time. I mean,
See,
look at how much time
I just don't believe in
we
firing a
gave
coach
Dan
after
Q.
2 years.
Yeah,
Right, exactly. And look at how much time we gave Dan Q. And now they're saying Dan Q is probably going to have a head coaching job next season with the job he's doing with the Cowboys right now.
And outside of Marcus, I mean, Arthur Smith has improved this team. We've all seen the improvements. I'm not saying it's great improvements, but he's improved it better than what Quinn has.
And I'm going to say something on top of that.
Go ahead.
Marcus Mariota was a great idea to bring in.
Right.
And in some ways it could have worked, but Marcus is just making bad decisions that have nothing to do with Arthur Smith.
Right.
I feel like Arthur's putting him in the right place. He's only thrown the ball a minimum amount of times in the 20s. Run game is strong, just like it was in Tennessee. He's putting this dude in a situation to win, but you got a boneheaded dude. I mean, we basically have the white Jameis Winston out there right now. He's just making boneheaded decisions, and I don't know what was up with a couple fumbles, the butt fumbles of the fumbles.
Hey, that's my boy ATL Will.
Oh, yeah. I was going. That was one of the questions that I was going to talk about.
ATL Will was also a vid maker on YouTube. We were, what I'm saying, part of the same squad because he was a Falcons fan. Yes.
But here I'll go to. Well, initially I wanted to talk about this at our open discussion. He posted something and someone else talked about his tweet, and it was like his takeaways from Sunday's game. One, he says, I think Ritter has a great shot of starting in 2 weeks. We all kind of know that. Then he said Dean Pease might not be the DC next season. Well, I think he will be. What do you think, Q? I think me and Aries talked about this, but anybody can weigh in on it.
It's going to come down to if he wants to because of his age.
We've lost a lot of close games, and those close games we lost were not on the defense. They were truly on the offense, and a lot of them were truly on Marcus Mariota.
Right. And would you say Aries about his age?
I think because on how old he is going to determine whether he wants to come back for another year or not. I don't think they're going to fire him. It's going to be whether he wants to come back.
Okay, I agree. I agree with both of that. I think it's going to be on him. I'm not hating on him what he's done since he's been here. I think I'm leaning more to what you said, Aries. It's his age and dealing with all this shit. And then he's got to be what, in his 70s?
He's like 71.
So if he was the head coach in the league, he'd be the oldest head coach in the league, is what you're telling me.
I mean, he came out of retirement to coach our defense.
Yeah.
And he's not doing that bad of a job.
Exactly. He's not doing that bad of a job. We've had worse. I don't think he's doing bad. I don't think, people will call him for his head.
He's better than Quinn.
Yeah, I was about to say he's better than Quinn. And Quinn has a defensive coordinating job on a major team that's winning games right now.
And then ATL Will said Drake London is the wide receiver number 1 of the future and has that dog in him. 3,000% agree. What about you, Q? Our number 1 receiver, Drake London.
I like Drake. I like Kyle Pitts. But the one thing that kind of disappointed me is Odell Beckham Jr. is running around doing interviews with every team in the league that'll take an interview. And I'm kind of like, well, why are we not interviewing this dude?
No, he's taking interviews with teams that are contenders.
Okay. That is true.
He's going to the Cowboys and he's going to the Jets. I mean the Giants. He's looking at teams that he can go and maybe help win a championship like he did in LA.
But I promise you right now, the Giants and the Cowboys are teams that'll lose either in their first playoff game or their second playoff game. They are not going to a Super Bowl.
We already know that. But you got to think, if they had somebody like Odell and he stays healthy in the playoffs, that can change their whole offense.
I hear what you're saying. I just don't believe in Dak Prescott that much.
Yeah. And ATL Will, his last thing he said, his takeaway was Arthur Smith is fed up with just about everyone. Well, we're fed up with him too. So
I'm fed up with.
I mean, if Arthur Smith was that fed up, he could make some changes throughout the year. I mean, what are we at? Over 2 months into the season, he could have made some changes. Exactly. Now he's just now making some changes after this last loss, and people are really getting upset. Now he's like, oh, well, I know I saw the AJC, his quote was, every position is up for grabs over this next week and a half. So I guess, he's going to evaluate this week and the bye week and everything. And then, I guess when we hit the field in 2 weeks from now or whatever, I guess, it's supposed to be only people that have really earned their spot or earned their job. But I mean, we've heard that a million times from everybody.
There's only one position that he needs to evaluate.
Yeah, I agree too. And instead of him saying that, he's speaking his bullshit.
And Matt over there on them comments, I doubt they even watch football like they're supposed to.
Oh, you're reading the comments.
Yeah, Matt. Schemes aren't horrible. The schemes are our defensive schemes is a lot better than what we had last year. They're a really good defense. I mean, they're not the best defense, but they're a good defense.
Yeah, no, I totally agree.
And that's what I'm saying. Like the horror. When you say horrible, I mean when you say terrible, like I'm thinking, what I'm saying, like what kind of defense are you looking at? What are you comparing them to? Are you comparing them to San Francisco?
He's a Texas fan.
Yeah.
And there was one more man that I saw. Rick Flair. I don't know if you know this guy, Aries, but Ian Hartz. He said the lowest percentage of targets deemed catchable this season by professional pro football is we're last as far
I wouldn't doubt it.
At 71.5% catchable passes. Like I said, I'm in this Twitter chat with a bunch of my YouTube friends, and dude was telling me, he was like,
Mike Jones, it was a Patriots fan, and said Mike Jones got 200 and some yards in the first half. I said, damn, that would have took Marcus Mariota 2 weeks to get that many yards.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, I think we're done seeing Marcus unless something bad happens.
Yeah, like I said, it's the offense. It's the QB1 position. It's not the running backs. It's not the receivers. It's not even the front line. Like a lot of times in the past, it was the front line because the front line was horrible. It's not even the front line. The front line is doing a decent job. It's QB1 is the problem with this offense.
Yeah,
we have the weapons. We have the receivers. We have like I said, a decent run game. Front line is working. It's the quarterback.
And it's weird though because Marcus is helping out with that run game. I've seen him, quarterback design run plays.
Yeah,
he looks great. He's holding on to the ball. He's picking up yards. He looks great. But then it's like when it gets to crunch time and it comes time to drop back, I don't know if he's not good with taking the ball in the center or out of the shotgun, or if there's something going on that we don't know about, that they know about, that they're trying to avoid, but there's something going on that we don't know about.
I heard when he dropped a couple of balls, I heard a couple of newscasters were saying that it's his nerves. This is his like third start in like a year and a half. And I'm like, come on, like how long are you going to be?
Yeah.
I heard that too. Yeah.
What how many games are we in now this season?
Right. I mean, and Q, you said his he can make moves with his feet, but so can Ritter. Ritter was doing that in Cincinnati.
He is. He's not. I would say Marcus is more athletic. I don't think he's as fast as Marcus. Marcus is pretty fast.
Yeah, I agree with that.
You need to go look at the tape then. Pull up some of the games from Cincinnati and look at the tape. The boy can run.
I don't doubt it, but I'm just comparing it to Marcus has gotten out some shit, man, that has impressed me to the point where I was like, okay, I'm not mad at him, but
I agree.
But I hadn't seen Ritter. I mean, outside of what he did in the preseason. So we'll
you need to go back. I mean, the boy was knocking over linebackers and DBs like.
And I don't really care. I don't really think twice. I always tell everybody I don't really care what you do in the preseason because the preseason one of those things. It's almost like the NFL All-Star game. Like everybody's playing not to get hurt. Everybody's playing to be safe.
No. You got people out there playing for a roster spot.
That's true.
Yeah, but
you got people out there that are playing for a job. They literally are playing for a job.
But most of those people playing for the job are not on the team right
strings.
Now. Yeah. They're either not on the team right now or they're second or third string. I hear you. But I'm saying,
Bartu and Wardlow. Prime example. Bartu and Wardlow.
Those are some good examples.
Were free agents after the draft. They brought them in and they end up starting. Like it played all the preseason and they end up starting and did okay until until it wasn't.
But would they have a starting job if they were, on the Dallas Cowboys or somewhere else in the league? I mean, I'm just saying it is what it is here.
It was the situation they were in. They played well enough to stay on the team. So that goes out for all the teams. There's somebody playing well enough to stay on that team.
No, I get you, but there's some teams where the defense is so good, guys like them wouldn't stand a chance. You know what I mean?
I mean, well, it depends on the position that you're looking for. I mean, like, I'm saying, when we had Julio Jones and Roddy White, we're not taking free agents, wide receivers. I'm like, okay, you can stay on the team. No, because we're on point here. Right. So, but a lot of those players who played linebacker or left tackle or whatever played well enough to stay on the team, and that it was shown during preseason. Preseason is not it. The fact that most of them are second, third string players, so it's more of a relaxed feel. But on the field, they're playing hard. They're playing like they're playing like they're in the regular season.
Maybe I watched too much Hard Knocks, but I see all these guys on Hard Knocks that are second and third and trying to make the team and they're quick to point out the plays they miss and everything. So maybe I'm looking too much into it, but at the end of the day, this Falcons team could possibly win the division and could possibly go to the playoffs, believe it or not.
Right.
So
They can win a wild card depending on who they play.
can they still win a wild card though? I thought there was a couple of teams.
Depending on who they play, depending on who they would get.
I didn't even think the wild card was still in our favor at this point. I thought we had to win the division to make the playoffs at this point.
No, but
So
you win
we
the
still have a-
division. It's pretty much like a wild card.
well, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, we're unbelievably enough, we're still in it.
They're not the number one and even number two team in the NFC. So winning their division is a wild card.
I mean, it would have helped us out last night if the Stinky Town Saints would have
Could have beat Brady.
Yeah. I thought they had it, man. Up to the end.
I hung in there. I said Brady's gonna do what he do, and you know who came up with a clutch
Yeah.
catch? Mr. Julio Jones came
Julio
up with a clutch
goddamn
catch.
Jones, Mr. Hurt ass fucking ankle, feet, whatever.
I think Julio's played like 6 games all year.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. That I think that's what's keeping us where we are right now. Could you imagine if they had, Godwin, Evans, Julio, even little Scotty Evans, is doing his thing. Could you imagine if Brady had all of his weapons there? They probably would have won some games, but fortunately for us, there's been a lot of injuries on that wide receiver core for the Bucks.
Yeah,
So here we are, only down
and their
by 2
front line
games.
isn't as good as it used to be.
Yeah, that
Just
too.
like I said, their front line isn't because they lost their center and they lost their tackle.
Yeah, well, I mean that would happen. Any team that loses their center and their tackle is gonna
Yeah.
struggle. But Fournette's been doing a great job when he's not injured of
Mm-hmm.
making up for that with the running game too. So if it does come down to that game, you mentioned it 10 minutes ago, Aries. If it does come down to that game between the Falcons and the Bucks, oh man, I hope Ritter has a lot of snaps under his belt and he's ready to go, because in order to beat that Tampa Bay team and beat Tom Brady,
that's gonna
be a lot to ask for that young man. If
it does come down to that game, that's saying that Ritter has already performed well enough to get us in that spot. Because right now we're out. So if Ritter comes in,
I don't think Ritter has to do anything special. If he can
he just has to play.
Go ahead.
Better than Mariota.
Exactly.
Which I think he can do blindfolded.
If he can play better than Mariota, not a few less turnovers. Yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying, Aries. I mean, yeah, we're definitely playing for the division.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying we're definitely playing for the division, like Aries was saying. I mean, we just need somebody that can manage a game better than Marcus, because the coaching staff is already showing us they're not going to put too much pressure on his back. They're not going to have him throwing the ball 30 plus times a game.
No, because
they got an offensive strategy, right? And they've got an offensive strategy lined up to where it's not even called to do that. So, I mean, he just has to clear up some mistakes, some fumbles, some simple mistakes.
So if they open up the playbook for Ritter and give him more plays to where he's throwing the ball and he shows that he can throw the ball, then
if he shows he can throw the ball, we're cooking with bacon grease.
Yeah,
I don't even want him to throw the ball right now.
I mean, he can throw the ball. I mean, you've seen it in preseason, like his accuracy.
Preseason, dog.
No, but when you're watching preseason, you're not looking for the big plays, the 50-yard bombs down the field. What you're looking for is his accuracy, the way his footwork, how he reads the defense, because it's the same thing across the league. Defensive coordinators are trying to get the sack. So if he and trying to get the pick, if he can read a defense and make his throws, because I've seen the Jets game, that Jets game, he's throwing accurate. The Seattle game, he's throwing accurate. Like he's dropping dimes. And regardless, preseason or not, he's throwing the ball well. Just because it's preseason doesn't make the ball any less accurate.
Yeah, but they got to protect him. They got to, he had to
protect him.
Yeah,
a lot of moving parts now.
They're coming at him.
Starters.
Starters coming at him.
They're not coming at him in preseason.
Not the starters.
Not the
So-
yeah, exactly.
no, not the starters, but they are coming at him.
Yeah, but not the starters, though, man. Not the star guys. I mean, it's a difference between the guys who are trying to make the team and the starters that are on the team. And he hadn't experienced that. I'm not taking anything away from Ritter, but I'm saying it's going to be a different situation. And but I think, like what Q said, if he can manage the game better than manage the game and not throw picks and overthrow people like Mariota has,
fumble unnecessarily.
Right. I think the running game and CP, along with him, was going to get us there. Yeah, that's what's carried Marcus this far, man. It's Cordell Patterson in the running game.
Exactly what's carried him this far.
That's what carried him.
If it weren't for that running game, his ass would have been.
I'm saying I think Ritter is a much better passer than Marcus right now.
That's what everybody's hoping for.
I think that he's a much better passer than Marcus right now because of what I've seen in preseason. His accuracy and his knowledge to read a defense and his check down. Like, he goes through his progression. You see him check his 1, 2, 3, and then if not, he runs or dumps it off. I've seen him do that.
Yeah, because you have time to do that in the preseason. Hey, listen, I don't care what he did in the preseason. I want to see what he does next week in the game.
It was pain everywhere.
Man, you better stop.
It's going to be pain.
That's not because it was preseason. No,
I get you. I get. Yeah.
Hope this brother don't come out and lay a goose egg.
How many times have you seen Marcus Mariota this season? How many times have you seen Marcus Mariota sit there in the pocket and not throw the ball and then run off and get sacked?
Let me say this: there's a good chance that Ritter can come in the next game, and he could lose both of them. But there's also a good chance that Tampa Bay could lose their next 2 games too, because they're playing teams that are well above 500, if I'm not mistaken.
And it's also a good chance that I can win the lottery. What's the point?
No, there's a better chance that Ritter could blow it, and the Tampa Bay could blow it. Are we going to be calling for Marcus back again? Give us Marcus back again. Oh, nope. Tampa Bay just lost 2 games. We still got a chance to win this division.
No. Marcus, to me, in my eyes, Marcus is done. There's nothing he can do to get back on that field because just like you said, his decision making and the way he throws that ball to overthrow Pitts and London when they're wide open is unacceptable. As an NFL player, that is unacceptable. To overthrow wide open receivers like that.
It's been unacceptable for a while.
Yeah, and you know who told you he wasn't going to do a great job? I told you this, Aries, back before the season even got started. I told you there's a reason we got this guy so easily. There's a reason this guy's been on the bench since 2019. You know, and you were like, well, he was studying on David Carr and all this and all that, and
I mean, okay, so
and all this. No,
what I was saying is that because the reason he was been on the bench, if you have David Carr and Marcus Mariota, who are you starting?
No, I get that.
Okay, so that's why he's been on the bench. He came to a team that needed a starting quarterback. He has been a starting quarterback. That was the reason why he came here. It was nobody for him to compete against. It was given to him.
That was the point you made back before the season started, or right around the season started. And the point I made was the only reason this dude has a starting job in the NFL right now is because Arthur Smith was desperate. He needed a quarterback that knew his system. And that was the next man up, and he found that, and he just went and said, "Hey, come, let me give you a second chance," and that's why we ended up with Marcus Mariota. He was a guy that knew the system, and Arthur Smith was desperate. There was nobody else in the league that he could.
He had nobody to compete against. See, but I'm saying because he's been out so long is because he went to a team like the Oakland Raiders at the time, and you got David Carr, who's proven to be a decent quarterback. So yeah, put his ass on the bench because every team needs a backup. They picked David. They picked up.
How long was he in Tennessee? How long did it take for Tannehill to steal his job and him never to regain it again? You would think
Tannehill was the better quarterback.
if he knew the system and everything, you would think,
No,
you
but
know, it would at
Tannehill was
least
the
would have
better
been
quarterback.
you at least would have thought it would have been a competition. Right. That's what I'm saying. Tannehill was a better quarterback. David Carr was a better quarterback. That's why we
Yeah,
ended up with Marcus Mariota.
and I'm not denying that, but that's what I've said all along. It's just he was the open spot.
Yeah.
Because he like I said, he drafted him when he was in Tennessee. He understood the system. I'm not denying that. I knew that's what it was. That's why he brought him here, because he was used to him.
He was used to him, and he was also the guy who benched him.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know? And so
and that was the point I was making. He benched him, and he never got another shot after that. He never even started another game after that.
Because when you bench a guy, you're benching him for the better player.
He lost his job, and they were over him. They were done. They were so done.
But that goes anywhere in the league. If you bench a player, he's pretty much done.
So why bring him back 3-4 years later to the Falcons?
Because the exact same thing I said. He hoped that he had learned something in his time away, and he came out, and it came out just like you said, to give him a second chance.
And so everybody was wrong on that bet then.
Yeah, he was. He was
wrong. That's why it's taking him this long to.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to let go. It's so hard to say goodbye. And you know what I'm saying? It's the whole thing.
And that's why he's so defensive in his press conferences up to that.
Yeah,
you know?
he like he's defending him like he's his own son. Like, dude, come on, let's keep it a buck. Like, the dude is trash. Get him out of here. Sit him down.
You know why it's so hard for him to admit that he's wrong?
Why?
He came in and his whole thing was the running game.
Yeah.
And the running game is pretty much where he thought it was going to be. And all he needed was a decent quarterback. And he thought, I got a decent quarterback that can manage the game. And this run game is going to be, it's not going to be Derrick Henry, but it's going to be pretty damn close to that. And we're going to get some yards on the ground. But now, his running game is what it is, and I'm cool with the running game. I don't think there's anybody that's going to argue right now that the Falcons' running game sunk, because it absolutely doesn't sunk. It's the quarterback that sunk.
Yeah.
And instead of him, he just keeps trying and trying and trying. Now I think it's just time to say, all right, I got to let it go. I got to try something else before the season's over and see if I can get some more wins. Could you imagine in these next 6-7 games left? In these next 6-7 games, if we could go 50-50? Maybe, one game over 500, that would be great. And that could also win us the division. But we got to make that change. We got to make it now. If Marcus Mariota shows up in 2 weeks from now, I'm done watching this team for the rest of the fucking season. I'm just over it.
And I think that's where we're.
And you know what? I think I'm right there with you. To be honest, I'm right there with you. Like, I'm pretty much had it with Marcus. I was going to say something, and I lost train of thought.
What I'll say this: we only have 4 more games.
That's it. Oh, damn.
Yeah.
What are we? What are we? 4?
We're 5 and
7.
8. I think we're 5 and 8. I think we're.
Yes, we're 5 and 8.
5 and 8. We're 5 and 8.
So we got 4 games up. You're right.
We have the Saints next. Then we have Baltimore on Christmas Eve, and then by then we already know where we are. And then Jan 1, New Year's, we have Arizona and Tampa Bay.
Okay, it's like this. If we lose to the Saints, it's over.
Yep, pretty much.
If we lose to the Saints, it's over. Because
we can lose to the Saints. The Saints have been playing pretty decent football.
Because those last 3 games and being 3 games back, there's no chance. The Bucs would have to lose their last remaining games. So if we lose to the Saints, then it's over.
Yeah. That's why some people are saying technically after Sunday, it's pretty much over. But, mathematically, we still,
mathematically, if we lose to the Saints, we're out.
Yeah. Yeah. We can't lose any more games.
Nope.
Which actually started about maybe a week ago, but, but yeah, man. So that's where we are. And it's been interesting,
Well, hang on a second, though. The Bucs still got they got the 49ers.
That's an L.
They got the Cincinnati Bengals.
They could win that, but that game is going to go 50-50.
Let's see.
They got the Arizona Cardinals,
That's a win.
and they got unfortunately the last game.
Sucks.
They got the Carolina Panthers.
Panthers.
They got
again.
one. They still got one more game than we do.
Yeah.
They got 5 games left. We only got 4. They got the Carolina Panthers, and then they got the Atlanta Falcons. I think they'll definitely get that win over Arizona and the Panthers. It might come down. It might come down to the
Hey,
Falcons, and the Falcons can handle
the
their
Panthers
business, man.
can beat them. The Panthers have a better shot at beating them than the Arizona than
Arizona
Arizona
Cardinals.
does.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So if they can lose to the Panthers and lose to us, that'd be something. Because San Fran, it's in San Francisco. That's a loss. That's the number 1 defense right now. It's the number 1 defense in the league.
Yeah, they're at San Francisco. They get Cincinnati at home. They go
the
to
Cincinnati
Arizona.
game is a toss-up.
Cincinnati game is a toss-up. They get Arizona at home. They got to go to Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
They get Carolina at home. I think Carolina at home. I think they're going to take that one. But then they got to travel to the Falcons.
See, and the thing with Arizona, if everybody's healthy, if they have Zaputa, Watt, and you know what I'm saying, Hop, they can possibly win that, because that offense is very high powered. It's just their offensive line is not too reliable.
They're sitting at 4-8 right now, so I don't know if Arizona's going to be our savior.
Yeah. So to me, I think it comes down to that Arizona game. If Arizona can win that game, we got a shot. But we also have to win out.
Or pretty close to them winning out. Maybe there might be some wiggle room to lose one more.
And that game,
winning out is best case scenario.
No, because we're 2 games back.
Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot they won last night. We're now 2 games back instead of 1 game back. You're right. Sorry about that. You're absolutely right, Aries. We got to win out. We got to run the gauntlet.
Win out. Yep. After last night, we have to win out, man. So we didn't, like they were saying, we should have beat Pittsburgh, man. That just.
See, now if Tampa took that L against us, what was that, week 4? We should have beat them.
Somewhere around there, yeah.
Week 5. Week 5, we should have beat them that game because of that bullshit call.
Yep. Thanks to Boger.
Yeah, but there's 2 more games we should have won if it wasn't for damn Marcus Mariota, including this week. That
this week and the one before that.
Go back to our schedule, Rock.
Here, let me go back. All right.
We should actually really in reality be, okay, let's say we had 4 games we blew. Let's say we only won 2 of those 4 games that we blew.
Okay.
We should at least be tied right now with Tampa Bay.
Now, week 1 and week 2, we should have won.
Yep.
We should have beat the Saints and the Rams. So now going to Seattle, win, Cleveland, win, we are 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? That's 4-0. So then that Tampa game hits with that bullshit call. So now we're 5-0. Mm-hmm. Beat Frisco, that's 6-0. Mm-hmm. Cincinnati, okay, that's a loss. Carolina, we should have won that. Well, no, we did. But that Charger game, we should have won that game.
Yeah.
So that's 8-1 right now.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that there's a lot of games Marcus blew it for us, and then we had that call. But that Charger game, that Carolina game, and those 2 first games is all on Marcus.
And it hurts that much more if Ritter comes in and balls out. If Ritter comes in and balls out, you're just like, oh shit, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
We could have been winning.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's gonna hurt Arthur Smith right there, because you're like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
It doesn't hurt Arthur. He brought him in, and he's gonna get another season with them.
Well, it just hurts his reputation for us, trusting him, because he was stubborn,
Yeah, he has been stubborn. I mean, I know. No, but maybe there's something we don't know. I mean, we're not at practice every day. We don't know what's going on with Ritter. So that might, I always say there's something we don't know behind the scenes. But
mean,
we will
that's
see when that man touches the field. And there's a lot of
yes,
pressure on him too, and I feel bad for him because there's going to be a lot of
yeah,
pressure because
that's true.
basically we're asking this rookie to come in and run the season so that
Right.
we can hopefully win the division.
No,
That's
Arthur
a lot of
Smith
pressure.
is hoping that.
Well, I
This
mean, we're
rookie-
hoping that too, though. I mean, we
No,
won
we
the
are.
playoffs.
Well, we were hoping it for a long time, so it could have been unavoidable. But now Arthur Smith is hoping that
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah, I see what you said exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's not like he's going to lose his job, but it's just not going to be a good look for him if that happens.
Oh yeah, Arthur Smith is definitely back here next season, no doubt
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if the better quarterback play, we would be 11-1.
Yeah, man.
Come week 12, we would be 11-1.
I think we would have dropped something. I think maybe.
Okay, look. All right, if you look at the screen.
Let's say 3 losses. Yeah, there you go. Let's say 3 losses. But yeah, I mean,
Okay,
that's
that Charger
pretty
game,
damn fucking good.
That Charger game. Who lost that game for us?
I'm sure it's
Chargers game. They think how it ended. Marcus throw a pick or
yeah.
Okay.
Then you look at the Carolina game. A lot of missed ball, and that was a game where it was wet and raining. So, but Marcus threw a pick. I think he had a fumble, and the score was 25-15.
Oh, yeah, that was his worst game of the season. I think probably.
Yeah. So the Charger and the Carolina game can easily be wins. That's 11-1 because I'm giving them the Cincinnati game because it was so huge of a margin. But every other game than that have been close. That's 11-1. Washington, we should have won. Pittsburgh, we should have won. So now you're looking at a team that's 13-1 going into the bye.
And those 2 games definitely a market because we lost it the same way.
Yeah.
2 picks at the end.
We should be close to it. Ritter's going to have his hiccups during the season too. There's going to be times next year where people are like, "Oh, Ritter, I can't believe that." He's going to have his hiccups too. But I think he's going to be a much better
because he's a rookie. He'll have his problems, but he's the better passer. Yeah. I honestly believe he's the better passer, and I mean, like I said, he's proven it. I mean, he's thrown dimes. So
the thing is I'm like, how do you know that? You're setting me up. Like you told me going into this season we're going to be okay with Mariota, and now you're telling me, okay, yeah, I might have been a little bit wrong about Mariota. So don't set me up for failure again, Harris.
I'm not setting you up for nothing. I'm calling it how I see it. I'm giving you my opinion. Like you can take it or leave it.
But I mean, we don't know what Ritter's going to do, man, because he hasn't played one professional.
Yeah, we don't
game.
We're just hoping that it's better than what.
So why don't you guys count the preseason?
Because all the starters aren't there, man.
Yeah, and people are playing get hurt. I mean, look at Julio Jones. Julio Jones hasn't played a preseason snap in how many years?
Well, he's Julio Jones.
But
yeah, man.
Aaron Donaldson, I'd love to see how many preseason snaps he took.
Right. I mean, we're probably the only team that played more starters in the preseason.
Might be, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, because we didn't know what we had because we pretty much was a rebuild outside of Grady Jarrett and in the line. But he said everything is under evaluation going in, so we're probably the few teams that played their starters.
Yeah,
Rock, make your last comment again. We lost you for about 10 seconds.
Oh, I just said I think that we're the only team. Probably one of the few teams that played all their starters during preseason because we really didn't know what we had, and we had so much different things going on with coaching and all that kind of stuff, and Matt leaving and all that. So there was no sitting out starters for our team. All the other teams didn't have that problem for the most part. I don't know about every team, but I'm sure we're probably the.
Well, yeah, no, I agree. I don't think Brady took a snap in preseason. I don't remember. Brady. Right. Well, so yeah, you might be right.
So that's why, I mean, I like what I saw with Ritter in preseason, definitely. But, we're going to see. We're going to see. Okay. I'm hoping for the best.
Okay, let me tell you this. Now, you get less starters on offense than you do on defense come preseason. So more starters play
I
on
can agree with
defense
that.
than they do on offense.
I agree with that.
Okay.
Now, granted, the times they
But
put,
you have a lot of players playing not to get hurt, just like they do in that.
now, believe me, you watch Hard Knocks. There's a lot of players that are out there playing hurt during preseason.
Yeah, but they're not starters though. They're people trying to make the team.
To tell you this, that okay, when Ritter has gone in and hasn't been against a lot of starters, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at his throws. He still doesn't, and you still have to give him
He throws some accurate throws. He threw some good balls. I will give him that in the preseason.
Yes, he's throwing.
He did enough to where I thought there would be open competition.
Right.
And I thought in week 1 we might see him. And when we didn't see him in week 1, and we didn't see him in the first few games, I thought, well, Mariota's doing okay. Let's just stick with Mariota. Let's see how this goes. But now we're definitely at the point right now where Mariota definitely needs to sit on the bench.
Yeah.
Not saying that we won't see Mariota again this season, because we might, but
Right.
I'd be happy enough knowing going into the off season what we have with Ritter. Let me know if the dude can play or not. Let me know.
I don't think if Ritter comes in against the Saints, I don't think you see Marcus Mariota for the rest of the season.
Especially against the Saints is a tough game to come into. That's a rivalry game.
Yeah, I just don't.
Even in years where the Falcons were better than the Saints, we had some really close games against the Saints.
It's going to be his first game in the NFL is going to be a tough game, and he can thank the coach for that. But we'll see. We'll see. And the pressure's on him.
Yeah, it's all about the timing. It might be the wrong timing. Yeah.
Hey, Sloan. Sloan asked the question: what do you guys expectations for the Falcons during this bye week? To get some first team reps in with
to not lose a game.
Ritter. I want him to get some first team reps.
I agree.
I think that already started because like we said, we're playing the Saints first game. It's going to be intense. The pressure. I think he's already started. I think after that game on Sunday, he probably told him next day, get your reps in. You're going in.
I hope if we do lose this game against the Saints, if we do, that it's on the defense, that they throw in some Taysom Hill and some trick plays like they did last night.
They're gonna,
because the Saints are gonna give you some Taysom Hill shots and stuff. And last night Taysom Hill had some success.
The Saints are mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. They are going to play spoiler.
They'll come in.
They are going to try to play spoiler because if we can beat them, then we have a chance at winning the fucking division. But if we lose to that, it's over. So this is a big game.
It's a big game.
It's a big game for us.
Yeah, a very big game. That's why, it's a little nerve-wracking having a rookie start in such a big game. But
if he comes out there and he blows the doors off,
that'll be nice.
It's nice.
He's gonna need help. They're gonna help him. DMP's got to open up that book, man.
Yeah.
That run game has to be solid.
No more going to that soft zone in the third and fourth quarter. It's going to be blitzing like the Pittsburgh Steelers or something.
Grady Jarrett's going to bring his A game. It's going to be all hands on deck. And they got 2 weeks to prepare. And the clock's already started, 2 days ago?
Yeah. Well, they had an off day, so
yeah.
1 day ago.
But hey, D Sloan, man, thanks for checking us out, man, and spinning that question, man. We appreciate that.
I've said all I got to say, man.
All right, fellas. Well, all right, we'll start wrapping this up, man. So before we start wrapping it up, so what do you guys think, man? You think Ritter's going to do it?
Free Ritter.
Eric, you think we got it?
Man, I'm hoping. It all depends on who walks out on that field, man. Number 4 or number 1.
Right. What about you, Q? You think Falcons going to pull it off?
I think you don't pull it off without a quarterback change.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. Quarterback change to see what the rookie can do.
Yeah. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping they rally for this, for the new quarterback, and for the last two losses. You know,
But play calling is going to have a lot to do with it too, though. Call some
that's
plays
true.
that work in his favor. Don't call
Yeah,
the same plays you've been calling for the
right.
past 8 weeks or whatever
I
it
mean,
is.
I'm giving it's Smith has called some horrible plays. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to try to give him the escape on that. He's called some horrible plays, and it makes me wonder: is he the right guy for the job?
I want to give him another season. Because I like what he's done so far, and and I think this once he gets over this Mariota hump, and he sees something in Ritter or whoever else we get, then I'll start, see if, saying that, questioning if he's, the right guy or not. We got to keep looking.
I say you give him one more season because it's the right thing to do, but I'm very much disappointed.
I'm not disappointed,
except for the running game. I mean, you know
right?
what? He does have some flashes. He's done some things with the running game, but we've always had running game though. So
All right.
I don't know, man. It's a toss up. Let's just see what happens with Ritter in there. Let's see what happens with Ritter.
Yeah, we'll see what
And
happens.
go from there.
Exactly.
Do we give Ritter an entire game? If he makes a couple of bad plays in the first half, do we bench him? What do we do?
No. I mean, he has to be like terrible. He has to be like Marcus was with that Panthers game on his ass and then some before you bench him.
Yeah, he would have to honestly throw like 4 interceptions and 2 fumbles.
He would have to be like,
Yeah, just pain. It was pain everywhere.
Then we bench him. If there's pain everywhere, we bench him.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I would take Jameis right now over Marcus.
Yeah, probably so.
I wouldn't like
that nice
it.
arm.
Yeah,
There's been a couple of times where Marcus underthrew some people, and there was a pass last week
and overthrow.
There was a pass last week where he did a jump pass, and he was trying to throw a deep ball, and I'm like, man, you're not gonna throw a deep ball if you jump 5 feet in the air and then toss it. I was like, man, what are you thinking?
He's playing backyard football.
Backyard football, yeah.
Yeah. Jameis is
only some people can get away with that. Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers.
I don't even want to start on Lamar. That's going to be a whole nother subject.
Yeah, we're going almost an hour and a half. So yeah, we'll do that. And if we do another show, we'll do that, man.
All right, let's piece it out then, and we'll talk next time.
All right. I want to thank everybody for checking us out, man. You definitely check us out on YouTube and check us out on Twitter. We're always on Twitter at What's Up Falcons. And if you want to listen to our podcast, we're over at sportsstrength.com. And yeah, just hit us up, man. So hopefully we'll see you guys next time with the results of Ritter. And hopefully it'll be good.
Yeah, we definitely got to circle back and talk about Ritter.
Exactly. Because if not, it's going to be
just pain. It was pain everywhere.
All right, hold on.
It make me laugh every time, man. Stop.
All right, hold on. D. Sloan had one more question. Let's see what D. Sloan's question is.
Okay.
With Ritter saying that they done fucked up, I think he's going to come out and manage the game while balling out. Now he might take his lumps, but I think he will make a difference in the passing game.
I agree.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
I agree with the fact that he's going to take his lumps, but if we give him a couple of chances to make up for those lumps.
I mean, because like I said, I think Ritter is a better passer. I think a better quarterback all around. He has the wheels. He can run. I mean, like I told you guys, go back and check out his tape from Cincinnati. The boy can run, and he can also throw the ball. He's accurate at throwing the ball.
All right. Well, we will find that out, man. And we got one more question. It's from Hot Girls Free. Hot Girls Here. 69 XXX outside. So what?
The Hot Girls is like, why is Quincy so sexy? Go ahead, Hot Girls.
Hot girls. Thanks for spamming our stream.
Man,
We appreciate
that's big sexy over there. He's trolling.
it. All right, fellas. If that is it, I'll talk to y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.